Hello and welcome to MoneySense Mondays. The session for the next 30 minutes is for young people between the ages of 5 and 8, and we'll be exploring the importance of saving money. My name is Siobhan and I'm a community banker here at Ulster Bank, and I'm really excited to be welcoming you back today to learn all about saving money. So just a reminder for everybody watching at home, it would be great if you could leave us a comment with your name or your school, and we'll try to give as many shout outs as possible today. So, saving money is something that everybody would like to do more of. Well, the good news is that managing your money can be improved by taking time out in your day to simply think about how you spend and save. So working out the difference of the cost of something you want and the amount of money you have can be very helpful when trying to save money.
That's great, Siobhan. Thanks. Hello, everyone. My name is Bronagh Reid and I am a primary school teacher, and I'm delighted to be joining you today for the MoneySense Mondays. My job today is to help you work through some fun activities to give you a greater understanding of money. So make sure you all comment. I can see we have Louis, age 8, and Daniel, age 8. And we have Martine and Daniel, lots of people. So continue to put your comments and we'll give you a wee shout out. I'd like to start by saying hello to all the pupils at the school where I work, St. Patrick's Legamati. I know some of you are tuning in today, so it's great to have you here. So during the session today, you're going to need some pens and papers. So make sure you have all that stuff ready. And we'll give you a few minutes to get that stuff. So it's also great to have Keith and Josh back again. Hopefully we'll see them now. Hi, Keith. Hi, Josh. Hi, boys. How are you? Hope you're ready to do some fun activities today on money, yes?
Yeah.
That's great.
Josh has a big shout out before we start. Who you want to shout out to?
My school.
Your school. And what's the name of your school?
Abercorn Primary.
Well, there, you've just done it. That's great. Good boy. And we're also joined today by Gemma and Rebecca. Hi, Gemma. Hi, Rebecca.
Hello.
How are you?
Hiya. Good.
That's great. Great, great. Hello, Rebecca. Do you want to give a shout out?
Rebecca. What are you going to say to? What's your school called?
Cave Hill.
Everyone
Very
at Cave Hill.
good. That's brilliant. And we also have Ruby from Glasswater. Oscar's joined us from St. Ada's. Alana, Bunting, age 7. That's great. So lots of people with us today who are going to be doing lots of fun activities. So we're ready to get started. So we want you to think of all the different ways that we can get money. So write your answer in the comments section or down on paper. So I'll start because I know I get money from the job I do, and that allows me to be able to pay for the things I need. So while you're typing your comments in, we will go to the families first and ask them how they get their money. So Keith and Josh, do you want to share with us?
Yeah, so I get my money from my work as well. So I work and I get my wage and it helps pay for all our things as well, doesn't it, Josh?
Yeah.
And what do you get your money from?
Doing jobs.
And how do you do the jobs, or where do you do the jobs? Where do you do the jobs?
Here.
At home?
Yeah.
Yeah, you help me out.
Oh, very good. That's good, boy. Great. And Gemma and Rebecca, do you want to share with us?
Yeah, so I get my money from working as well. And Rebecca, where do you get your money from?
My mummy and daddy and my granddad and granny and the sister and sometimes for presents at my birthday.
Oh, very good. You get lots of money then. Brilliant. Very good. And I can see Owen is joined us today from Coleman, so hope I'm saying that right. And Caleb from Eden Primary. And there's Elaine's put in that she gets money for birthday, which is correct. So thanks, guys, for all your comments. So you get money from events like birthdays or for Christmas, from pocket money, money for helping around the house, and us adults get our money for the jobs that we do. So I think we'll all agree it's easy to want to spend our money as soon as we get it. Have you ever been given some money, perhaps after helping to do the dishes, and wanted to go out and spend it right away? Yes, I bet some of you have. I know myself, if I get money for a gift, I would more than likely spy a handbag or a nice pair of shoes that I would really love and want to go and buy them. Siobhan, have you ever had money and want to spend it right away on something?
Yes, loads of times, Bronagh, and I'm probably like you. I'd be looking for a new handbag or a new pair of shoes or maybe some new makeup.
Very good. So, and I can see there someone else has put up Nana and Gran to give me pocket money, which is great. Joey from Portavogie and Caris from Glasswater Primary School says hi, hello to everyone. That's great. So is there anything you would like to buy that you would need to save money for over a period of time? So think about that now and let us know. So think again, anything that you would like to buy that you would need to save up for for over a period of time. I know that if I wanted something really special, I would have to try and save up for it, but it would make me feel really, really happy when I have it. So Siobhan, have you ever had anything you'd like to buy that you've had to save up for?
Well, Bronagh, I have a big birthday coming up in December, so I'm not going to ask the learners at home to guess what age I'm going to be. But for my big birthday, I am planning on going on holiday, so I've been saving up for that. So hopefully I'm still going to be able to get. But if we don't get this year, I'm going to keep saving, and it means I can have an even bigger and better holiday next year.
Oh, that's great, great. And there's someone, Louise, Lego for Oscar, and Peter Jordan, he needs to save for a new car, so we have to save plenty of money. And there's a great one just come in there, a pony. That's a lovely thing to save for. Now, why else do you think people might want to save money? So keep your comments coming through. And while you're doing that, let's go to Keith and Josh to hear your thoughts on what they'd like to save for and the reasons that people save money. Okay, guys?
Okay, so Josh, what are you saving money for?
Tractors.
Oh, tractors, very good.
What type of tractors? What type of tractors?
A John Deere?
Yeah.
What else?
A case.
Brilliant, brilliant. And Keith, do you saving for anything nice?
Yeah, so we save a bit like Siobhan. We save for holidays every year, so to be able to get away, and hopefully we will get away. And if not, a bit like Siobhan, we'll put it aside for next year, but also save for Christmas as well.
Very good.
Things at Christmas, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
That's great, great. And what about Jem and Rebecca? What are you saving for? If they're going to come up. Great, okay, Jem and Rebecca. So what would you like to save for?
What are you saving for, Rebecca?
I'm saving for a trampoline.
Oh, very good. Oh, that's great. And you'd have great weather now for a trampoline, wouldn't you? So I can see Kieran is on LOL dolls. Comedy. There's Chloe from St. Therese Primary School says, hi, Jamie would like a quad. Kieran would like to save up and buy a dog. I know all about that because I've just bought my dog. LOLs. Chloe would like to save for makeup. And Louis would like to save for a quad bike. That's brilliant. So you've listed lots of great comments and it's great to see them all coming in, which is brilliant. Thank you. So now I'm going to show you a slide with some examples as to why people want to save money. Hopefully it'll come up on the screen now. So why might people want to save money? It can make people feel good about themselves to save money. It allows people to save money for a special event in the future, such as a birthday party or a holiday. And also then, if there is an emergency, such as the carpet gets stained, the car breaks down, or a wee bit like myself at the minute, unfortunately, my washing machine has just stopped working. I'm lucky I've got that money set aside for a rainy day. So save money can be used to replace those items. So now let's hear from Siobhan, who's going to tell us a wee bit more about saving.
Okay, well, so if you do have a savings account with your bank will email you or post you out a bank statement every month. And a bank statement basically is like a sheet of paper, like a document, and it tells you different things. So the first thing it does, it tells you your balance. So that's how much money you actually have in your bank account. It will then list all the credits that you have in your bank account. So that's all the money that you've paid into your bank account since you last got your bank statement. It'll then show you all your debits. So that will show you if you've taken any money out since your last bank statement. And then you might also notice another thing on your account called interest. So your bank will pay you a small amount of money for having your savings with their bank. So it's basically like a bonus for saving with the bank. And it's very easy to open up a bank account. So a parent or guardian can open a bank account for you as soon as you're born. And you just need 2 forms of identification. So for our under 18s, we can use a birth certificate or passport along with something confirming their parent or guardian's address, such as a valid driver's license or a recent bank statement or utility bill.
Very good. That's great. So thanks everyone for your comments. Keep them coming. There's Siobhan's just put in, my brother wants a tractor. So again, you'd have to save a lot of money for that, wouldn't you? So how can we get better at saving? So we're now going to look at 2 scenarios. We want you to have a listen to each one and come up with some suggestions about each person and how they could be better at saving money. So you can write them down in paper, or again, you can put your comments in the comment box and we'll read out as many as we can. So scenario 1, we have Heather. Heather gets pocket money every Friday. That same day, she spends all her money on buying sweets from her local shop. Do you think that would be a sensible thing to do? And then we have Mo. Mo gets his pocket money and he divides his money into 5 so that he can buy a small bag of sweets every weekday. So what do you think about Heather and Mo? Are they both good ideas or do you think one is better than the other? So let's go to our families to see what they think. Let's go to Keith and Josh first to see what they think about Heather and Mo and how they've spent their money.
Okay, so we were just looking there. How do you think Heather spent her money? So Heather went and spent all of the money in one go at the shop. Do you think that's a good idea?
No.
No, and why not? What would Heather have no more left? Wouldn't have any more.
Money.
Should have no more money left, yeah. And then what about Mo? Mo decided to split it into 5, so Mo went to the shop for 5 days. Do you think this is a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, and why? Mo can get the shop nearly every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. That's great. Thank you. And Jem and Rebecca will come to you and see what you think of Heather and Mo.
What do you think, Rebecca? Did they save any money? Either of them? No? So maybe if they split it over the week, but maybe saved a wee bit, is that what you were thinking? Yeah.
Yeah, very good. That's great. Yes. And Vanilla has said Mo. Philip has said Mo. Oscar thinks Mo is smarter with his money. Ruby says Mo. So lots of people are saying Mo, aren't they? Well, Siobhan, you're the banker. What do you think? Who is the best at saving?
I definitely agree with Rebecca. They're both not very good at saving. So Heather's very like my son Jack at home. As soon as he gets money, they like to run to the shop and spend all the money in one go. Then now Mo is a bit better at managing his money because he has spread his money out to cover so that he can have sweets for 5 days. But he still hasn't put any money aside for the future, so he hasn't saved any money.
That's right. So we need to stop the impulse buys. As we know, it can be hard at times, especially when we go to the shops with our parents and we spot the best toys or chocolate bars and we beg and beg our parents to buy us them. Well, instead of giving in, you could save your money and put it towards a special day out. So now let's think about yourself. Let's say today you're given £5 to spend on whatever you like this week. What would you do? So post your comments below. So remember, you're given £5 to spend. What would you do with the £5 over the week? So while you're doing that, let's go to our families to hear what they would think. So we'll go to Keith and Josh first.
All right. So we were having a quick conversation there. So Josh, what would you do with your 5? You were given £5 every week. What would you do? What are you doing at the minute? What are you doing saving for?
Tractors.
So what would you do with your £5 if you were given it every week? Would you save it, would you?
Yeah.
Would you? Towards the tractor, or would you spend it?
Save it towards the tractor.
Very good.
Yeah, that's a good
very
idea.
sensible, isn't it? Very good. That's great. And Jem and Rebecca, what would you do with £5 if you got it for the week?
What are you going to do, Rebecca?
If I had £5, I would put the 4 bits of the pound into my money box, and then I would spend the £1 bit for a slushie.
Oh, that's very good. Very sensible. Lovely. And Oscar says he would save it for the next Lego set. Katie would save it. Elaine, give it to charity. That's from Louis. Buy Roblox. Ruby says, I would save it. I would save up for a video game. That's brilliant. So it is. So Jamie says he would give it to charity. So lots of great things coming in. So Siobhan, what would you do if you had £5?
Oh, well, £5, let me think. Well, my parents always taught me whenever I was younger that whenever I had money, it was good. You have to be able to spend some, but it was also really good to save some. But in addition to that, to also try, if you can, to donate some. So I would probably spend £2 in the shop on something that I would like. And then I would maybe donate £1. So I could donate that £1 by maybe putting some money into the charity box. Or sometimes, as we do, we pick up items in the shop and then we put it into the trolley, and then that those items are sent to the food bank to help other people. And then I would try to save £2 for a rainy day.
Oh, that's lovely. A lovely idea to keep some, split it over the course of the week, and to think of those who are less fortunate. Lots of people are saying that as well. Caris would put it in her money box and save it to buy something bigger. She wants a dog, but her daddy won't let her have one. Save it, says Alicia. Megan says spend it in Roblox. I would buy something for the whole family. And Siobhan said she would save as well. So that's great. Thank you so much, guys. So lots of advice. So in order to try and get better at saving, there are 2 things that anyone could do. Number 1, be organised. Number 2, take time to create a savings plan. So think back to when you wanted to save at the start of the lesson. So saving can be really, really hard to do sometimes. So what things could you do to help you reach your goal? So think about the next exciting event. It could be a friend's birthday or a charity event or something else that you're really looking forward to. Draw a picture of something you could do to save money. You can ask someone with you to let us know what you're drawing by leaving a comment. So how might you save for this fun event? Well, while you're doing that, I'd like to share what I would do. Recently, we had my mum's 70th birthday. We had planned a big party for her. Unfortunately, we've had to put it on hold for now, but we still will be having it. But we had to sit down together I had to sit down with my brothers and sisters and plan for all the things that we wanted for her party and to work out the cost for everything to make sure that we had enough money to pay for everything. So Siobhan, have you had an event where you've had to plan for?
Well, Bronagh, I was telling you all earlier that I have a big birthday coming up in December, and I was planning on going on holidays. So I have been saving every month. I've been taking money out of my bank account where my wages go into, and I've been putting that into my savings account. But as well as that, I also have a Henry Hippo money box.
Very good.
And that sits at my bedside locker. So if I have any spare change, I put my spare change into that as well. And it's really surprising how quick that your spare change can gather up as well. So when Henry's full, then I will take him out and put all the money into my bank account.
Very good. That's great. So let's see if Keith and Josh have anything planned.
All right.
Okay.
So, what have we been talking about? What are we saving for? So, what do we get this year? What do we get this year?
A caravan.
So we're
Very good. Brilliant.
Here. So, what do we have to save for?
Stuff for the caravan.
Yeah, we have to save for stuff, new things for the caravan, don't we? So we're putting money aside every month for that.
Oh, well, that'll be very exciting.
Hopefully, we mightn't get away this summer, but hopefully we'll get away after the summertime.
Very good. That's great. And Jem and Rebecca, are you saving for anything?
Yeah, what have we been saving for, Rebecca? Say it out loud.
Holidays.
Very
What have we been
good.
saving? In your money box, isn't it?
Yes.
Where's my camera? This is Rebecca's money box that her granny gave her.
Very good. Lovely. Very good. That's great. And we can see other comments coming in. Oscar drawing his Henry Hippo piggy bank. They've got money boxes, and Joanna saying a bank account, which is great as well. So great. Now we're going to move on. We are going to I'm going to ask Siobhan, who's going to share some ways that we can save.
Okay, so I could just have the slide for our learners at home. So there's loads of different ways that we can learn to save. So it's good to talk to people who could give you advice. So that could be your parent or guardian or an older brother or sister, or maybe even someone that works in your bank. Place in your money somewhere where you won't spend it. So like in your money box or in your bank account. It's also a really good idea to make a list of the money that you have and what you want to buy. So you can see how close you are to saving that money up. And then, as lots of our learners at home had said, they would maybe spend half and save half. So lots of different ideas on how we can learn to save.
That's great. Well done. So now we are going to try a quick 5-question quiz to see what you've learned today. So you can write your answers down in paper, or you can comment them below and we'll read them out before revealing the correct answer. So the question should come on the slide. So number 1, why do people save money? So why do people save money? So remember, I know myself, I like to save money for a rainy day or to buy myself something nice for me or my kids. So we'll ask Keith and Josh first, why do people save money? And then we'll read out some of your answers.
Okay, so Josh, why do people save money?
For special events.
Yeah, for special events like holidays, birthdays, Christmas, things like that, don't they? Yeah, that's what
Very good. Yes, that's great. And that's what people are coming up with as well. Siobhan, do you want to check? Is that right?
Yes, that's right. Well done, Josh, and well done, everybody at home. Yes, to save up for special events, to save up for emergencies. And some people just like to have money in their savings account to make them feel secure, to know that if anything was to happen, they have some money there to be able to deal with it.
That's great, yes. And Cara says to buy something special, exactly. So we can save money for lots of different reasons. So question number 2, what is a savings plan? So what is a savings plan? So put your answer in the comments and we'll read some of them out. And we'll go to Gemma and Rebecca to see what they think the answer is.
What do you think, Rebecca, is a savings plan?
It's something where you make a plan
To save money for what you want.
Money for what you want.
Yes, that's very good. Good girl. Yes, great. Okay, Siobhan, do you want to go through the answer there?
Yes, and Rebecca was right. It's making a plan of what you want. So it's writing down how much the things cost that you want and how much money you have.
That's great. Brilliant. Okay, question number 3. What age can you open a young person's saving account? So write your answer in. What age can you open a young person's saving account? Okay, and while you're doing that, we'll go to Keith and Josh and see what they think. Okay, well, maybe we can't. We'll see if we can go to Keith and Josh. No. Okay. Well, I'll just read. So there's someone saying, well, that was the second question. The plan or target to get you on track for the future was Susan Elliott. Question 2, Louise has said keeping some of her money, not spending it all. So what age can you open a young person's saving account? There's someone saying 20, might be a wee bit younger than that. So Siobhan, do you want to check?
Yes, well, your parent or guardian can actually open an account for you as soon as you're born. They can open that account in trust for you, Bronagh. So,
okay, that's great. Yes, and there I can see, yes. So Susan said from birth, Vanilla says from birth, Ruby says from a baby. So lots of them are saying from birth. So they are, so that's great. Okay, now question number 4. What things might help you save? What things might help you save? So if you're able to put your answers in the comment section for that, what things might help you save? And let's go to Gemma and Rebecca just to see.
Rebecca, what do you think helps you save?
My money box.
Yes, very good. So you have your wee money box there to help you save. So, and I can see other people are saying their wee money boxes as well, or else you can put it into the bank, which is great. So Siobhan, what can you tell us?
yes, again, Rebecca has given the right answer again. So we can save on our money boxes. Yes, we can put the money into our bank account. We can use our savings plan. So remember writing down what it is we would like and how much it costs, and then writing down how much money we have. Or other things we can do is we can look for things that are actually like cheaper alternatives, so that we're trying to save money and buy things that are cheaper than we would usually buy them.
Yes, that's great. So Arlene, a money box. Siobhan said bank. Joanna has said bank account. Jennifer putting it into the bank. So lots of it. Don't spend it and save it for other things, says Philip. Daddy's pockets, says Peter Jordan. Very good. So lots of great answers coming in. Now we're going to put a 5th question in for you. Okay. So this one won't be on the slide, but if you write your comments in, can you remember what the bank will post you out or email to you to let you know how much money you have in your account? So I'll read it again for you. Can you remember what the bank will post out to you or email out to you to let you know how much money you have in your bank? So let's see if you can add your comment in. Okay, and that's great. Yes, I can see people starting to put your comments in. Siobhan, do you want to give the answer?
Yes, so it is a bank statement.
That's great. Well done. Okay, now that's brilliant. You've all done really well and come up with so many good ways to save money. Now we're going to do a quick quid question round where we have some time to answer a few of your fantastic questions about money. So if you want to ask us a question, you can put a question in the comment box and we'll read some of them out. So while you're doing that, I'm going to ask Siobhan a question about saving. Siobhan, how old can you be before I can start saving?
Okay, so Bronagh, the younger you are to start saving, the better, because the more chance you have of saving for longer. So as early as you can.
Very good. That's great. So how much of my pocket money should I save? Someone's asking there. Well done.
Well, as much as possible. So I think Rebecca said there earlier, out of her £5, she was going to buy a slushie at £1 and save £4. So that was a really good idea. So as much savings as you can, but still allowing some money for treats.
Very good. And I think Keith and Josh, have you a question for us?
Yep, I think Josh has got a question. So what were you asking me about?
Okay, nice. So very good, yes.
I think Josh was asking me what age can he get a card for his bank account?
Oh, right. Well, Josh, you can get a card when you turn 11, provided you have parent or guardian consent.
There you go. Yeah. So you've another few years yet, don't you? Very good. And we'll see if Jem and Rebecca want to ask a question.
Yes, Rebecca, you have a question, don't you?
How
much money do you need? Have you said out loud?
How much money do you need to open a savings account?
Okay, Rebecca, it just depends on the type of account that you're looking to open. So different accounts might ask you to put a different amount in, but for a child's account, it's usually only a small amount. Some accounts you don't have to open it with any money, and maybe some accounts, maybe something as small as like £5.
Very good. That's great.
That's a great question.
That is a good question. So we'll move on because our time's nearly up today. So Siobhan, have you any top tips for us today? If anyone was here last week, you'd remember Siobhan's great top tips about 2 1p's weighing the same as a 2p and 2 5p's weighing the same as a 10p. So what about today, Siobhan?
Okay, well, this tip is now for our learners at home, for anybody that hasn't started saving. So if you were to save 50p every week for the next year, so with 52 weeks in the year, and if you were to save 50p for each of those 52 weeks, you would have saved £26 at the end of the year. So if you just think what you could buy with £26, and you know, why not set yourself a weekly or a monthly or a yearly goal on how much money that you can save? So that would be a really good idea.
Very good. That sounds good.
And then just on our next slide, we can see just in order to increase your learning about savings, you can visit the mymoneysense.com website, and there's lots of cool fun games such as the Super Savers game, and this shows you how to help out your family around the home and see how much money you can save. So as well as that, you might also want to have a go at designing your very own money box using colouring pencils or paint, or even some recycled materials that you have all around the house. So thank you all for joining us today, and we really hope you enjoyed watching. In the next section, we're going to look at a lesson on ways to pay for 8 to 12-year-olds.
That's great. Yes, thanks for joining, and thank you to Keith and Josh and Jem and Rebecca for joining. Hopefully they all enjoyed all the activities that we did today. It's brilliant. So it's been great to have all the comments coming through as well. And we'd really love for you to join us again next week. We'll be back with MoneySense Mondays. So as Siobhan said, in the next session, starting now in a couple of minutes, for children aged 8 to 12, we are going to be looking at ways to pay. So thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Hello and welcome back to MoneySense Mondays. The session today is for 8 to 12-year-olds, and we'll be exploring all the different ways a person can pay for goods or services. My name is Siobhan and I'm Community Banker here at Ulster Bank, and I'm really excited to be welcoming you all back for another fun-filled lesson. And just for a reminder for all our learners at home, if you could leave us a comment with your name or the school that you're at, we'll try to give as many shout outs as possible. And I have promised St Peter's School in Moortown that I would do a massive shout out for them today. So there are lots of different ways in which we can pay for things in the modern world. So having lots of payment options increases flexibility for the customer to help them make payments on time and not to get into debt. So the type of payment a person uses can depend on where you're buying the items, whether in a local shop or online, as well as the amount of money being spent on the purchase. Because Bronagh, you're not very likely to buy a new car with a bag of change, are you?
Absolutely not, no. Hello everyone, my name is Bronagh Reid and I'm a primary school teacher, and I'm delighted to be joining you today for MoneySense Mondays. My job today is to help you work through some fun activities to give you a greater understanding of money. So again, make sure that you're all commenting. I can see Siobhan is here. I can see a very own pupil of mine as well, Ryan Strani. Hello to Ryan and hello to everyone else at St Patrick's Legamati. Hector, age 8, Connor from St Treyas, Matthew and Sarah and Daniel. So keep your comments in. There's someone from Florence Court Primary School in Fermanagh as well. So it's great to have everyone here today joining us. So we're also going to be joined tonight by Paula at home with Ryan, who is 8, and Max, who is 10. Hopefully we'll see them now. Okay. Hello, Paula. Hello, Ryan and Max.
Hi.
How are you? Are you looking forward to today to joining us to find out all about ways to pay? That's great. So during the session today, you're going to need some pens and paper. So we'll give you a few minutes to go and collect all those items. Okay. And I can see Lara and Molly from Dublin are here as well. Hello, Lara. Hello, Molly, and Dermot as well. Okay, so, and everyone else, just keep your comments coming and we'll make sure to give as many shout outs as we can. There's Annie as well from Legamati. Hi, Annie. So it's great. So we want you now to look at the pictures which are going to be put on the screen, and we want you to name what each one shows. Okay, so it's different types of things that you can pay with. So what are the different things that you can pay with? So if you can write in the comment box what each one is, and we'll read out some of your answers for you. And what do you think are the benefits of using each type of payment? So you can see lots of different ways to pay for things on the screen. So if you want to write in the comment box what each of those ones are, and I'll start off and just explain what a debit card is first of all, which is the one on the top left-hand side. So a debit card is used to withdraw money from one account or to pay for goods and services. So you withdraw money from the ATM in shops or for online banking or for online shopping. Some shops also allow you to use your debit card to get cash back. This means you can withdraw cash at the same time as buying items. You can also use your debit card to withdraw currency from an ATM when you are abroad on your holidays. So some debit cards are contactless, so you can pay for goods and services up to £45 by touching the card on a reader. So let's go to Paula and the boys and see if they can tell us any of the ways to pay for things which are on the screen. Okay, so were you able to see any of the ways on the screen to pay for things?
Pay for things. Use cash.
Very good.
Apple Pay.
Max, what about you?
Credit and debit cards. So contractless
Payments.
Very good.
payments and checks.
Excellent. Well done, boys. I think you got them all. Hello to Daniel as well. Hello, Daniel. Thanks for joining us today. So Sarah has set a credit card. Eve and Beth from Dublin as well have joined us. Hello, girls. Richard Ray says number 4 is Apple Pay, debit card, credit card, cash, mobile phone, store card, or check. So Siobhan, can you tell us, please, about a credit card?
Yes, so a credit card is used to pay for goods and services even if you don't have enough money in your account. So you have to be at least 18 years old to have a credit card, and you have to meet eligibility criteria to apply for this type of card. However, if you don't pay the money back that you owe on the card within the agreed time, you will be charged interest. You can withdraw cash on a credit card, but again, you will be charged a fee. And interest rates on credit cards can be high, so you really do need to manage it carefully.
That's great, yes. And lots of people are coming in with all the correct answers, so they are, which is great. Hi, Karen Cormack, who have joined us as well, and Aoife from Downpatrick. It's great to have you all with us. So Siobhan, can you tell us about a cheque then as a means of paying?
Yeah, so a cheque, again, it's another safe way to pay a person or to pay for a service. However, Bronagh, not very many shops actually accept cheques anymore.
Okay, yes, and online banking and phone payments.
Okay, so again, that's a really flexible way for paying for things in shops and bills and even sending money to friends. And it's also really good for helping you track where you've been spending your money on. I suppose the disadvantage is that you do need to have internet, and some services would be limited for our younger viewers at home.
Very good. And then lastly, what about cash?
Okay, so again, cash is really easy to use. You're less likely to get into debt if you're paying with cash. And again, you can very easily see where you've been spending your money. However, if you lost your money or it was stolen, you would lose it, and you can't use it to purchase items online.
Very good. Hopefully you find all that information very useful. So Siobhan, can you tell us now, how do you go about opening a bank account?
Okay, so a parent or guardian can open a bank account for you as soon as you're born. In order to open a bank account, you need 2 forms of identification. So for under 18s, we need something to confirm your identity. So we would usually take your birth certificate or your passport, along with something confirming your parent or guardian's address, such as a valid driver's license, bank statement, or recent utility bill.
That's great, great. And I'll also say hello to Sophie and Owen from Glengormley as well. Thank you everyone for joining us. So we're going to investigate some of the ways now that we can pay for different scenarios. So listen to each scenario, which you will see on the screen, and write down on paper or comment below which payment method you could use. For each scenario, there could be more than one answer, just to show that there is flexibility of payments. So scenario 1, you can see, how would you pay for tomatoes in a fruit and veg shop? So what would be the best way to pay for tomatoes in a fruit and veg shop? So if you put your comments in, and let's go while you're doing that to Paula and the boys to see what they would do to pay for tomatoes. Okay.
Cash.
Paid by cash, yes, that's great, yeah.
Maybe debit card.
Debit card as well. Siobhan, what do you think?
Yes, that's right, Max and Ryan. So probably with notes or coin, yes. And you could use a debit card. However, just be aware, maybe some small shops might not actually have accept debit card.
That's great, yes. So
well
Siobhan,
done, boys.
Yes, so Siobhan saying cash, Susan cash, Lynn cash, Helen, Nicola saying cash, Aoife is saying cash, so that's great, yeah. Okay, so number 2, paying a bill for using electricity every month. So what would be the best method of payment for an electricity bill every month? So if you write your comments in the box, and we will read some of them out, okay? So, and we'll go over to Paula, Max and Ryan and see what they would do. Okay.
Direct debit.
Very good.
Check.
Very good. Yeah, direct debit. So I can see other people.
And online.
Online banking as well. Very good. I can see there Nicholas put in check, Tony Reid, direct debit, Siobhan, grant paper money. So lots of different things. So Siobhan, do you want to check there for us?
Yes, and you would nearly think that Max and Ryan have been looking at my answers, because they have given all my answers. So yes, you can pay with a cheque, online banking, and direct debit. So again, direct debit for learners at home, that might be something you've never heard of before. So a direct debit is just simply where the money is transferred out of your bank account directly into the company's bank account. So it means you don't actually have to make the payment each month. That'll be done automatically for you.
Very good. That's great. Now, number 3. So you can see a picture of a video game. So what would be the best method of paying for a new game online? So how would you pay for a new game, a new video game online? So keep your comments coming. We'll read some of them out, and we'll go back to Paula, Max and Ryan, see what they think. Okay.
PayPal and gift cards.
Very good. Yeah, yeah.
Debit or credit cards.
Debit or credit cards. That's great. And I can see other people coming in saying direct debit, maybe checks, different things. Yeah, okay. Or we game vouchers. Okay, so Siobhan, do you want to check with us?
Again, the boys have stole all my answers. So credit card, debit card, PayPal, gift card. So yeah, you can get gift cards for your online gaming. even using things like Apple Pay and Google Pay as well. So lots of different ways.
That's great. Tony says card, Ronan says card, Siobhan has said debit card, Francis credit card, so credit card, yeah. So we're all coming up with those same answers, which is brilliant. And the last one, the last picture, okay, you can see in the screen is a holiday. Okay, so what would be the best method or different methods of payment that you would use to pay for a holiday? Okay, so if you keep your answers coming in, and while you're doing that, we'll go over to Paula, Max and Ryan just to see what they think. Okay, so for paying for a holiday?
Credit card, white check, or direct debit.
Very good, very good. So I can see there different answers. Angela, hello, how are you? So she says pay by credit card. Clara says credit card. Siobhan says Susan credit card. Fenella Reid credit card. Nicola card as well. So Siobhan, do you want to tell us?
Now, Bronagh, I really think the boys have had a wee sneak peek at my answers because they just answered, doing all the answers for me. So yes, lots of different ways. You can pay with a cheque, your debit card or your credit card. As well as that, if your holiday does cost between £1,000 and £30,000, you may want to consider paying with a credit card because you could have some extra protection if anything was to go wrong with your holiday.
Very good. That's great. So we'll move on now, boys and girls. Thank you very much. So interestingly, the most popular method of payment in the UK is a debit card. So have you ever seen a debit card? You can see on the screen now a closer look of the front and back of a debit card. So every bank offers a debit card and their layout is very similar to the one shown on the screen now. So if you look at the picture or later, you might be able to look at an actual debit card that belongs to someone in your house. So what do you think all the information is and all the numbers on the debit card? So Siobhan, would you like to tell us a wee bit more?
Yes, so on the front cover, you'll see the word debit card. So that's how we actually know that it simply is a debit card. So with debit card, what that means is that the money will come out of your bank account. So you do have to have the money in your account to be able to pay for that. Then you'll see on the right-hand side, there's like 4 lines, and that's your contactless symbol. So what that tells you is that you can use your card contactlessly. So you can pay for goods and services up to £45 without having to use your PIN number, provided the retailer has that method. Then you have your 16-digit card number. So that number is unique to you, and that number is the number that is linked to your bank account to allow us to debit your account. Then you will also see the expiry date on it. So the expiry date lets you know how long that card's valid for, and your bank would automatically send you out a new card about 2 weeks before the end of the month shown on your expiry date. And then if we move to the back of the card, just a few things I would like to point out to you. So the first one is the signature strip. So that is where you sign it. And sometimes retailers will check that signature against the signature if they need to get you to sign for a transaction in the future. You'll also have your 3-digit security number. So again, that's a really important number, and that number is unique to your card. So we need that security number to verify it's you, especially when you're making payments online. And then you'll also see the telephone number for your bank. So it's just a quick way of getting in contact with your bank if you need to. So the telephone number will also be there.
Very good. Thanks for that, Siobhan. So if you had a card like a debit or credit card, you would have to sign the back of it on the signature strip. So have a go on paper now, signing your name to try and create your own signature. And while you're doing that, Siobhan, is there any security advice about signing your card?
Yes, well, no, just sign it in your own name. But in regard to your card, it is really important that you keep that information safe and secure. So even if you get a phone call from someone claiming to be from your bank or the police, you should never, ever give anybody your card details, and you should never give anybody your PIN number. That PIN number is unique to you. So regardless of whoever asks for it, you should keep that a secret.
Very good. That's great. Now we'll go to Paula, Ryan and Max to see. Did you have a go at writing out your signature, boys? Yes, oh, very good. You can see there they have their names wrote out. Very good. Lovely. Brilliant, brilliant. Now, we're going to move on. So we are to our quick quid question round. So this is some time now where we're going to answer some of your great questions about money. So if you have a question about types of payment, you can put it into the comments and we'll have a go at answering some of your questions. So I'm going to ask the first question, if that's okay, Siobhan. So
Okay.
what method of payment is the safest?
Okay, well, Bronagh, in my personal opinion, I feel safest using the contactless card. The reason being is that the card always stays in my possession. So there's no chance that anybody could be copying any of that information that we talked about earlier. And as well as that, you don't have to put in your PIN number. So what that means is that there could be nobody coming behind and actually looking over your shoulder and getting your PIN number. So I feel most safest using contactless card.
Very good. And we'll go to Paula and see if they have a question for us. Okay.
Can you let another person use your card or PIN?
No, you shouldn't let anybody else use your card or your PIN because that's your card. So even if someone's claiming to be from the bank or the police, you should never give anybody your card details or your PIN details. So that was an excellent question. I'm really glad you asked that one.
Very good. There's Ray wants to know, can you use your debit card when you're abroad on holiday?
Okay, so yes, you can use your debit card when you're abroad on holiday. You do need to let your bank know that you're going so that whenever your card's used abroad, we will know that to expect that. And as well as that, just be careful that you may incur fees for using your card abroad as well.
That's
so
great.
Great question, Ray.
Very good. And here's another question coming up. How does paying with your phone work?
Okay, so paying with your phone, basically you would use like Apple Pay or Google Pay. And that allows you to pay for goods either in shops or online. So that links your card to your mobile phone, and then it's set up with either your thumbprint or your face recognition, and you authorize the payment either using your thumbprint or the phone. If you have a more modern phone, it will allow you, it actually will recognize your face. So again, that's a really, really safe way of paying for goods and services and a really quick way.
Very good. And there's Caroline just asking a question from Evan. Does the card expire?
Yes, so your card does expire. So on the front of your card, Evan, you will see that there's an expiry date on it. So the card is valid to the end of that month. So sometimes people think it's the start of the month and they come in looking to know why their new card hasn't come. But you will get your new card, and it's usually about 2 weeks before the end of the month on the expiry date on your card. So another great question.
Great. And I can see there's a big shout out to Abercorn Primary School, Banbridge, and to all of Joshua's friends and P3 teacher, Mrs. Stewart. Okay, so that's great. And there's a question there from Ronan Gilchrist. Hi, Ronan. Who's on the notes? Do you know that one, Siobhan?
Okay, so there can be different people on the notes or different landmarks and things. So lots of different notes have different things on it.
Very good. That's great. So thanks, guys, for all your questions. Now, I'm going to ask Siobhan if she has any wee fun tips just to end on for today here at this part.
Okay, and I can just see one quick question come in there from Olivia, that if you lost your debit card, what would you do? So it's really important that if you lose your debit card, that you report it quickly to your bank so we can get it stopped and get a new one replaced. If you do online banking or mobile app, you can go in and stop your card to stop the transactions, any transactions coming from your account, and then you can log on to your online banking and request a new one, or you can phone us up or come into the branch and get a new and request a new card.
Very good. That's great. Great.
And then you were asking me, did I have any fun facts?
Yeah.
Well, this was a really interesting one that I thought anyway was interesting, and it was just to let you know that the bank card was first introduced 50 years ago, and it was mostly used by men because women were required to have a male signature in order to be able to use it, and this wasn't actually changed until 1975.
Very good. That's really interesting. So I can see Jennifer Hamill has put up to say hello to all the students in St. Trades as well, so which is great. Hello to everyone, and thanks again for joining us. So we're going to move on now to a quiz. We're going to give 5 questions to see what you've learned today. So you can write your answers down on paper or put them in the comment section, and we'll read what your answers are. All right, okay, to see if you're correct. So question number 1. Name 3 ways you can pay for goods or services. So name 3 ways you can pay for goods and or services. Okay, so while you're typing them in, we'll go over to Paula and see how the boys get on with that one.
Ready?
Yep.
Go.
But Apple Pay and credit or debit cards.
Very good. That's great. You've come up with 3 ways there. That's brilliant. Brilliant. And there I can see someone else has put on there. You can pay by cash Our Siobhan Blaney put on credit card, debit card or cash, which is great. So Tony's put on cash, credit card, debit card. Brilliant. So Siobhan, do you want to just check that?
Yeah, so everybody again has come up with all the right answers. You're making my job really easy today. So yes, our debit card or credit card, checks, cash, online banking, Apple Pay, Google Pay. So everybody's doing really well.
Ray wants to say a big shout out to everyone who's a class. Sorry, that's just gone off the screen there, but he wants to say a big shout out to everyone who's in his school. So hello to them all. So question number 2, what is a positive and negative for using online banking? So if you put your comments in the space, we'll read some of them out. So what is a positive and negative for using online banking? Okay, and when you're doing that, we'll go back to Paula and the boys to see their thoughts on this question. Okay.
Quick.
Yeah.
So you need the internet or mobile.
Yes, you need to make sure you have the internet, don't you, to be
Debit
able to work it? Yes. Very good. That's great. Yes. Okay. So Siobhan, I'll let you answer that one.
Yes. So again, boys have answered my question again. So yes, it's really flexible and easy to use. And the thing is, you do need to have internet to be able to use internet and online payments. So
that's great. Very good. Very good. So question number 3 now. Okay, there's someone says don't need to go to the bank, it's good, but sometimes you need the internet to work it. Exactly. So question number 3, what is the most popular method of payment in the UK? So what is the most popular method of payment in the UK? So remember, put your comments in and we'll read some of them out. So what is the most popular method of payment in the UK? So Paula, Max and Ryan, what do you think? Okay, the most popular method of payment?
Debit.
You think the debit card is?
Debit cards. And Apple Pay.
Or Apple Pay. Okay, and I can see Siobhan has put debit card. Susan, you can keep track, yes. Sophie, debit card. Lynn, debit card. Siobhan, money and card. Nicola, credit card. So Siobhan, what can you tell us?
yes, everybody's right. Debit card's the most popular method.
Very good. There's other answers. Tony, contactless payment. Ronan, cash. Joanne, debit card. Vanilla, credit card. So lots of your answers coming in. So it's brilliant. Question number 4. We're on now. Okay. So where do you find your security card number? So where do you find your security card number? So put your comments in the space and we'll read some of them out. So we'll go to Paula, Max and Ryan. Where do you find your security card number?
The 3 numbers on the back of the card.
You see them on the back of the card. That's great. And I can see Ronan, Aoife on the back of the card. Ray says on the back. Siobhan on the back of the card. Siobhan, are they all right?
Yes, on the back of the card. And just a reminder that we don't give out our security number to anyone.
That's great. Yes, Tony says the last 3 digits in the back of the card. Sarah, back of the card. So everyone's coming up with the correct answer. We're doing really well at listening here. It's brilliant. Question number 5. This is the last question. It won't be on the screen, but this is something that we talked about earlier. What age do you need to be to get your own debit card with the Ulster Bank? So let's see if you really listened and know the answer to this one. What age do you need to be to get your own debit card at the bank? Okay, and we'll check if Paula, Max and Ryan know the answer to this one.
Yeah.
Do you remember what age?
18.
You think 18? And let's see, there's
on my next birthday.
On your next birthday. So yeah, very good. So Sophie saying 18, Susan 11, Siobhan 18, Siobhan Blaney 13. Lots of different answers. This is my first time seeing a debit card. Somebody says 18. Vanilla says 11. Well, Siobhan, can you tell us?
Yes, well, 11, provided you have parent or guardian consent. You can have one at 11.
Very good.
So that's really us now. That's our lesson over. So thank you all for joining us today, and we really hope you enjoyed today's session. And remember, you can always log on to the mymoneysense.com website whilst at home. And why not have a go at playing the Ways to Pay quiz. And there's lots of other fun games and videos and even articles for parents too, to watch and to look at home.
That's great. Yes, thank you so much for joining us, and hope you all have a greater understanding now about all the different ways to pay. So I would like to say thanks to Paula, to Max and Ryan for joining us as well. Did you enjoy it, boys?
Thanks, boys.
Yes?
Bye.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us. Very good. And
Hello.
thank you to everyone as well for all your great comments and all the shout outs to all the different primary schools, which is brilliant. Now make sure you spread the word, get all your friends. We will be back again next Monday, so we will, where we will be talking more about keeping your money safe. So thanks again, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you again.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.